everybody, or good noon, as they say.
It's good noon. Good noon.
Well, aren't we lucky? We're waiting to find out if we're going to have rain or 3 feet of snow. Who knows? I'm thinking because I moved my astrology class forward a week so that nobody would have to try to struggle to drive in the snow, nor would we have to try to Zoom with no internet, that it'll just be a rain event now. But they were saying we could get up to 27 inches of snow.
We're not out the woods yet. We're not out there. I think, it was funny actually because all the girls at the store were saying that, we're in the wrong business, because where else can you be so abjectively wrong and everybody goes, oh, that's just fine.
That's just the weather.
Forecasting, I remember many, 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 many moons ago in the 80s when I think it was Michael Fish, who was a famous weatherman on the BBC. He said, I've received some phone calls today that there's a hurricane coming. I assure you there's no such thing. Anyway, next morning, Seven Oaks became One Oak. Yes, there was indeed a hurricane came up the English Channel and caused massive destruction. So, hurricane force winds, if not a hurricane per se. But yeah, so there is a storm for sure. There is a big storm. Don't you have to
go back over to the other page?
Oh, I could, couldn't I? Because
people might be commenting.
Well, I'm sure they are. I'm sure they're saying hello, and I'm just wittering on. Let's see if I can make this thing work. Come on. Well, yes, there are. In fact,
hello,
it's Gilda saying hello, hello. And yes, I see there's a bunch of people joining us. So if you're seeing us and feel moved to say hello, and hello, Savannah.
Hello, Savannah.
And yes, shout out to Gilda and shout out to Savannah because you're channel members. I can tell because you've got the fancy little badge,
little green badges,
the little fancy badge of the broom and all that fun stuff.
Gilda, did your box arrive yet? I'm wondering if your box arrived safely.
Hopefully it did.
Because the post office has been quite entertaining lately.
Oh, spectacular. I really felt for a guy the other day who'd ordered a statue and paid for International Priority Express or whatever.
Right.
Priority
to Canada,
Express International, which in theory should be no more than a couple of days. And it actually took the USPS 5 days to get it from our post office to the International Shipping Centre, which was deplorable, you know? Absolutely deplorable.
Well, I guess the post in Canada is no better. We were talking to one of our students who said they don't have any door delivery now. You have to go to the post office and pick it up. I see nice. Cassie and Wendy have also arrived.
Oh,
good
hi,
morning,
Cassie.
Good morning.
Hi, Wendy. And yes, it arrived.
Yes.
And love the mist. They smell so good. They do, don't
awesome.
they? We make them ourselves,
Oh, it looks like Mike is here.
Oh my goodness, the gang
today.
is gathering. Hello, welcome all. So we were just talking about craziness in the weather. We may or may not get absolutely bombed with the snowfall over the next 36 hours. But it's certainly rained so far.
Yeah.
So
it's not a good solar
crossed.
Day, that's for sure.
Oh, it is not a good solar day. No, it is not. Oh gosh. Gilda wants more. Of course you do.
You want more snow or more rain?
More mists, maybe.
Oh.
more shiny stuff. Oh gosh, I'll have to wait until I want something else. Don't worry, we're good. We'll have all.
Well, you'll
sorts
get
of fun
karma
stuff.
Points for your membership too, so that'll help cover your shipping and stuff.
Absolutely, yeah. So and I think end of March is when the next batch of karma points come out, isn't it? March 31st. So not too long now. So excuse me, my nose has just started to itch like mad. Forgive me, I'm sorry.
Box opening. We did a box opening yesterday of some more tarot, and one of the people saw the moon banner behind me and like, I want to buy the moon banner. I'm like, well, you have to sign up for Magickal Year.
That's a Magickal Year goodie.
We did put up the Magickal Year videos for next month. Mm-hmm. So there's the moon banner, and then there's a beautiful rain stick. I haven't seen rain sticks in a long time, and I was able to find some. And
now we're going to get 36
Hey, at least I didn't sing to the Mari. And the Witchy Wonders is really cool this month, too, because it's like a Kuan Yin kind of chessboard thing. It's really cool.
Yeah. Ooh, excuse us.
I'm excited about it.
What you got? Where you going?
I saved one for me.
Oh, no.
But I don't have a bog one. But the Witchy Wonders is a really cool little Kuan Yin statue.
Oh, hello.
Right?
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah, the one where you do the feng shui around the home and bless all the coins and all that.
So I'm excited about that too.
Yeah,
it's just so much. And next month's Witchy Wonders is going to be really cool too.
But you can't tell everybody and spoil the surprise.
No, I suppose not.
Well, you could, but then you'll spoil the surprise, I suppose.
I will.
So there you go. Gosh, Monday. Where's the year gone? We're almost at the equinox.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yep. The wheel's going to turn.
I thought it was only like January 1st last week.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. It's just nuts. It's insane.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be talking to people. Savannah's excited for her witchy wonders. You've gone all philosophical and pensive and thinking.
Well, I was just thinking about all kinds of things. Yes.
I don't know. She's either having a download or she...
No, I'm working on feeling better is my thing.
Oh, good on you. Good on you. Yeah. I understand.
I've been off the boil, as they say, the last few days, but I'm coming.
We'll boil you back up.
Yes.
Boil that dust back.
So we are coming for Ostara, the spring equinox.
Alban Isla.
Where does that word equinox come from anyway?
Equinox. Well, think about it. Equal, nox, night. Equal night. Daytime and nighttime are equal.
Oh, that's cool.
So where do you think the sun would be directly overhead for daytime and nighttime to be equal?
Equator?
Oh, bingo! Ding, ding, ding! Winner, winner, chicken dinner. So yes, the sun is directly overhead the equator. Happens twice a year at the equinoxes.
I see Micah saying something, but I can't read from here.
Ooh, the mailman just left my order on the porch.
Oh.
Breed has arrived.
Awesome!
So
Awesome.
you'll be leaving us now to tear open your package, no doubt, Mike.
Oh, well, she's lovely. And we had Joe make the little Breed's bed, Breed's basket with what we have in our tradition, which is a pine cone on a stick. And that's how we take that wand and fertilize Breed's bed.
Just right behind you. You can reach it.
Can reach.
I can get it if you want. If you, I can. I'm probably more limber than what you are.
I don't know that I could stand up, turn around.
Let me grab Breed. Why don't we? Seeing as we're here. Shameless plug time. I'll bring her down. Ooh.
I don't know if you can. You have to.
I can do that.
He's going to bring that very close.
You know what I can do? Actually, just give me 2 seconds here.
He might be able to put picture in picture.
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna figure this out. I can do it much better than try and do that. I'm just gonna jump over here. So if you chat amongst yourselves for a second, and we'll be right back to talk with you.
Of course, Breed is from the last Sabbath, and we have number 1. But I love the back of her cloak, where we have 2 Breed's crosses and 4 Big Dippers. She's trying to tell us that she is connected to the seasons.
All right.
You're going to show a little bit.
I am.
I think he's going to try to do something spiffy like picture in picture.
I'm actually going to just go over to it. So here we go. Look, you can actually see this now.
You can get real.
How about that? There's the
loaf of bread, the pine cone, some apples, and some barley.
Please excuse my fingers. How cool is that? Just beautiful, isn't it? That's our little pine cone on a stick.
Is part of our tradition.
It is. It's the one where I always lose my voice, isn't it? But stop it. So. And
then the anvil is separate.
Here, we'll do that.
Because if you wanted to, you could move the anvil.
You can.
And you could place her by a cauldron if you wanted. Although Caradwin is really the goddess of the cauldron.
But she does that.
She could be. She is a goddess of fire, so candle magic would be a great thing for her to preside over.
Look at Breed. We have Breed's cross on the anvil there as well. I don't know if you can see that too well, but it's kind of cool, isn't it? Amazing. All right, I shall nip back to us now. Show them the Breed's cross on the back, and this is the
4 Big Dippers.
See the 4? Those are the stations of the cross, or the stations of the Big Dipper, which forms a cross. There's a clue for you here, good people. Yeah. So Alban Arthon, the height of the bear, is interesting.
Ursa Major.
Yes. It's cool. I love it.
It's very cool.
I love it.
I do too.
So you can tell the time of the year. All right. So should I go back to the proper camera now?
Okay.
I can do that, but I'll
that was nifty.
Well, technology. We have that. We have to do that. So, and I'll go back to the tube. Meanwhile, we'll just throw it all to the floor. All right. So there you go. I'm just going to close my camera. So
I'll turn around so you can see her.
She's hiding. You're going to have to move her further back towards you.
She's just hanging out.
She's going to appear like Waldorf over the...
But yes, I am looking forward to the spring equinox. We have started to take some steps towards the gardens for Celtica, our little sanctuary that we're building here. So I know some of you have been following along with the barn restoration video, and another one of those comes out this afternoon. And we're trying to do things that we can do to make this thing become a reality. So we've planted 900 cells, 900 plug cells. And
it's like a nursery, I'm telling you.
Oh my gosh. But,
she's out of control.
But we've started the herb garden seeds, right? I do have some in the freezer that need scarifying, so I have to take those out. But
don't you just go boo to them?
Of course, we're doing a lot of the artemisias, mugwort, wormwood. We've got lavender coming, because that's very, very hard to start from seed.
Almost impossible, isn't it?
But we have calendula. Oh my gosh, just I think about 20 different herbs that I've started from seed. And we're going to have some raised beds with vegetables and things as well. And hopefully the idea is that in the fall we'll be able to do harvesting and teach preserving and things like that. Even though the sanctuary building may not be ready, we could do a lot.
More work to do just
We
yet.
can do a lot with what we already have. So that's our quest this year, is to try to get some things in place that are more long-term. You know, and again, as I was saying in that beginning video, maybe we won't have a 1/4 acre of lavender, but we'd certainly have enough lavender to provide lavender for the crystals. Whenever we sell a crystal, we put lavender and sage in there, and things for teas and incense and all that kind of stuff, so that we're organically growing our own magical ingredients for...
There's more to it than just organic, though. It's actually grown with that specific intent.
Right, it knows it's going to become something special, a witch's tea brew or something like that.
It's a really...
Speaking of tea, I think I still have another.
Speaking of tea, we're going to send for him. Yeah, when Jim comes up, have him make a cup of Rosie. What? Yeah, Rosie Lee tea. So, it takes a long time to... What do they say? When's the best time to... The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago.
Probably so, yeah.
The second best time to plant a tree is
Now,
today.
yes.
So we're mapping out, we've got fairly limited space here, but you'd be amazed with a bit of creativity what you can squeeze into a fairly small space.
Yeah, like a food forest kind of thing almost, yeah. So we have... We have 2 apple trees and 2 pear trees and 2 peach trees and 7 elders, because that's a really good, elder pressé. And
of
then
course we're
elder
going to have
syrup.
7.
We have 2 hazelnuts, a bunch of blueberries, some raspberries, blackberries, grapes, things that are perennial. But we also have a ton of annual things. Savannah said something else here.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. It is. We are so looking forward to be able to do this kind of whole immersive thing. I mean, this is the idea behind Celtica, is to try and reinstill in people the desire to get back in relationship with the land. And I think that's what we forgot, frankly. The earth. I mean, present company accepted, because I know you guys are 100% not.
We're all here because we're not all there.
Well, I don't know.
Well, we're the woke ones, right?
Yeah.
The other people are asleep. So
Yeah, what's
good.
the opposite of woke? Sleep. You sleep, man.
They're sleepwalking, yeah.
I don't know, but we simply need to take care of where we live, and if you expect it to take care of you, and it's not just about us, and I think this is what needs to be addressed, really, that we've gotten into this societally speaking, if I can say that, it's become the idiom. It's all about me. It's all about, what about my rights, my freedoms, my rights, my rights? What about your obligations and duties, And I think we forget that. We forget that, we don't inherit this from our ancestors. We borrow it from our children and our grandchildren. And we're making a mess for these poor buggers to try and sort out. And, you do your best to raise your kids, right? You do your best to make sure that they're okay and provided for. Why aren't we taking better care of our planet?
Well, and from a craft point of view, if you grow the lavender and you have a a familiar, one that you don't harvest, that is the mother plant, let's say, and you meditate with that lavender, right? So you could be able to go out and sit by this bed of lavender and look at how the stalk grows and look at the leaves and understand all the correspondences to chakras and planets and all those kind of things. And then ask the plant if you could have some, right? So you take some of the harvest. Obviously, the mother plant you would not take if you weren't the witch who planted it. But you could take some of that harvest and make an incense or a tea with that, and you're going to have a much more imprinted magical imprint. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with going to a metaphysical store who takes care of things ethically and purchasing lavender incense or lavender tea. But if it's something that's just been mass produced and shipped in from God knows where, and you have no idea what's in the ingredient, or if there's even who knows what chemicals in there been sprayed on the herb, that tea is not going to be able to perform the same depth of magic that the tea would have if it was imprinted from the plant's inception to be a magical component. Mm-hmm. That's why I want these herb gardens.
A beautiful thing, and yes, some of the ones that we use, the one blanks and what have you, are specifically grown and coppiced. The wood is coppiced, which is a way of like forestry management where you actually get a lot more wood out of a single plant. You don't harm the plant; it's grown specifically. You take just what you need, and it continues to regenerate and regenerate.
A person grows these for witches and harvest them for witches.
Mm-hmm. So we're very blessed. I mean, we would love to have a huge amount of woodland to do some of that ourselves, but that's in the future. We ain't dead yet.
No, but we can do a lot with what we have.
We can do a lot with what we've got.
We're not complaining. So
no, not at all. So it's going to be wonderful, and I love the idea because we taught our Craft of the Wise course yesterday, and that's a cracker. That was a really good one. There was an awful lot of.
There was a lot of information in that one.
Oh, there was, and I think it's when we get sort of halfway through the course as well. It initially starts out as a very cerebral kind of exercise. There's a lot of paperwork, there's a lot of learning, there's a lot of history, there's a lot of practical information. But when we start to background information, when we start to arrive about halfway through, we start to apply practically what it is that we've been learning. And it spooks some people out a little bit because this is the definitive thing, like magic is definitely real. I think there wasn't a single person either there or
even on the Zoom
on Zoom that didn't have some kind of deeply moving experience yesterday.
Lovely, yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, hi, Anna.
Oh, hi. Hello, Anna. Look at the statue. My eye on that one for sure. Well, I don't know if you joined us earlier, but just scroll back because I pulled out another camera and we did some little close-ups.
Little close-ups of it.
As Mike was saying, his has just arrived and I think he's just gone to tear it open right now. So, I couldn't contain myself either. Better than watching me go get me statue rather than listen to boring brumming. But yeah, we're so blessed to be able to do what we do. And the idea of being able to have people in a completely immersive environment. And I think that's it. For me personally, I learn really well in an immersive environment.
I know you want to go on a couple weeks Welsh course, and I'm like, I'm not going to learn it that
you
way.
Would though. You would. That's the thing. You would learn more than you can possibly believe that you would learn. I mean, only a week would do you wonderfully, but like 2 weeks, you'd be I wouldn't say fluent, but you'd certainly be conversationally proficient by the end of 2 weeks.
I speak fluent tarot and astrology. I'm not sure I'll ever speak fluently in Welsh.
So if you can get your tongue around it, that's the thing. It's no, I'm so up for that. But the idea is we'd be able to offer like totally immersive courses for people where they can come and they don't just learn, for example, about magical herbalism. They actually get to work with the herbs. Mm-hmm. They get to go commune with the herbs and see how they're cultivated and propagated and how we take care of things. So they take care of us. It's all good. Oh gosh, I would do a Welsh language course. I bet you would, Anne. I would too.
Yeah, I know
We're gonna see
several
if we
people
can make
who
it
would
happen.
like to do it. Yeah.
I don't know. There's a Welsh language centre obviously in Wales where you can go and do immersive courses, but it's a little bit far for
For a week.
for us to just take a week off right now ain't happening. We've got too much to do. It's nuts. So maybe we can make something happen over here.
Well, we're working on it.
Yeah. There's all sorts.
I figure we got about 10 really good years left of being able to, hoy concrete blocks around and do things, and then after that, I'd kind of like to have it in place.
I'd like to, so I'm not so much having to wield great big bits of kit around, all that sort of stuff, and power tools. I don't know, at what point does a bloke become dangerous with power tools? Some would say, from the day you first gave him one, in my case, but it's all good.
I just sometimes think there's not enough hours in a day.
Right.
Well, first of all, I used to get 10 things done in a day, and now it takes me 10 days to do one thing. So there really aren't enough hours in a day.
Let me just tell you, that's complete hoss. That is, she's just lying like a cheap watch. She does an awful lot in one day. She just wishes she could do more. But that's nice of them.
Apparently, we've been spammed by someone. Our Netflix account has been shut off or something.
Oh, no doubt, for the 78th time. And if you just click this link, in this text, they'll fix it for you.
It's very disturbing.
What is going on? What is going on in the world?
Anyway, I'm still excited to find out whether or not we're going to get any snow or not.
Oh, I think we're going to get some snow. I'm just, they're now sort of backpedaling a little bit and saying, well, it
may not be 3 feet.
May not be 3 feet after all, it may not be. Which is good, the less I have to shovel it at my, I wish I was 20 again,
See what I'm saying?
I wish I was 20, but know what I know.
Oh, that's the thing. My
and
mother...
also be in the position I am now.
Yeah.
Oh, Savannah sent us a super chat. Thank you so much.
Well, we're going to do some readings for the members anyway.
Well,
so
I guess we should.
We'll do one card for each member, and then we could do 3 cards for Savannah for the super chat.
Well, I guess.
But my mother used to say, we are too soon old and too late smart.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah. All right, so let's do them in order of showing up here. So Gilda.
Gilda was first to show up. So.
She was. All right.
Let's see. And then we had Savannah.
Yeah.
And
No, just one at a time. Keep the energy on Gilda.
I'm sorry. Forgive me. Oh.
I like to light the light.
Best light the light then. There shall be some luminance.
Luminance? Put the little rigger so I don't bang.
Oh, hello.
All right. All right.
A little bit.
So, Gilda, your card for the day
nice.
Is the 3 of Wands. So, to me, this is about inheritance, but remembering that we don't just inherit our culture or our skin color or our,
physical characteristics.
Physical characteristics. Thank you. We inherit our way of thinking and how we, our value system and all those kind of things. So I feel like today you're working on passing your energy and knowledge to children, right? So there's something going on here where they're receiving the beauty of your energy, that kind of thing. All right.
Do I get to?
Oh, all right.
I'm going to chime in. There's also one other thing for you here. I love this card, but it very much is about, when they go low, you go high. This is about obtaining a higher perspective and maybe even giving yourself that ability to be slightly distant from the situation so you can see the whole thing. But it is a very, very, very positive card, this. Very positive. So, yeah, your ships are come sailing in here. Just keep your focus on don't get drugged down into the lower level of thinking. Just keep your focus high. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying anyway. I could witter on for hours, but I'd probably
better not. 3 cards for Savannah. You start.
I start?
Yeah.
I could keep telling me.
Just looking at
let me start something.
So, Anna. It's so hard for me to see. Okay.
Well, your glasses are on your head, dear.
It's not going to help. It's too far away then.
Oh, I see.
It's just one of those. It's just one of those.
What are we doing here? We need that one, and we need that one, and we need that one.
Now, let's see what Savannah wrote something about her thingy, I think.
I have my second post-op tomorrow, so still focused on how it's going so far. I think you're doing well. I feel that.
You feel it?
I
You
feels
in
it
your
in my water. I do. Hangman, this is about receiving enlightenment, but it necessary to change your perspective here. If you continue to look at things in exactly the same way, you're going to see exactly what you've seen before. So if you want to see something different, sometimes you have to just like maybe step to the side a little bit, move back a bit, move forwards a bit, climb a bit, you know, alter your perspective. And that's what, by doing this, and also this is a very expansive card. I mean, this dude here is showing the glyph of Jupiter, which is very much about higher thinking and expanding the mind and all that sort of stuff. Everything in balance for you, I think it's important. But this is the healing dude.
The healing dude, yeah.
Sorry, I'm very disrespectful to archangels. You know what I mean. It's Michael, right? Is it?
Yes, but I don't necessarily remember.
Well, it brings about, you know, it's like, this is, I can see this as being healing through surgery.
Oh, it's
as well.
absolutely healing. It's alchemy and all that kind of stuff. I'm just, you know, calling an angel a dude. That's kind of strange.
Well, you know, what do I do? I just, you know, why call an angel an angel? I mean, it's like sentient energy for want of a better word. So
well, we have to make
what do we
physical
call
form
words?
of
Words are
Anyway.
Anyway, so we personified him. It's us that have made this person a person, or angel a person. But anyway, so it very much is about, you know, harmonizing opposing forces here, and really sort of being the flow and going with the flow, and being a little more flexible. So there's probably a bit of PT involved for you, physical therapy.
Maybe so.
Yeah, to start to get. But I know it's going to hurt. But you know, as PT instructors say, no pain, no gain. But that's going to, I think, restore a lot of your mobility and flexibility. And this is an interesting card as well. I see this. I think maybe there's a trip on the cards for you later on this year, which will be nice, because I think you deserve a bit of, you know, time off for good behaviour, should we say, Savannah? You throw your 2 cents on there, because you're going to get a totally different reading now from
Well, I
Lisa.
definitely think that the Hanged Man kind of says you've been feeling a bit stuck, right? That you've made the best of your time by working on enlightenment, but you've been feeling a bit, you know, hung up there. Temperance is definitely an energy of healing, and I feel like this is a direct answer to a question that says, don't worry, you are going to get moving again. And yeah, I totally validate what you said about a vacation or whatever, but this is more like on a day-to-day, you're going to be able to do what you want to do physically. You're going to be able to get things moving again, you know, where you don't have to plan a trip down the hole. How many things can you carry because you can't come back and forth 100 times? This is like getting things moving again. All right. So I think it's good news tomorrow.
Made everybody laugh now, because of course that's it. So, oh gosh, the kids have just had a meltdown.
Oh,
Dear, I'm sorry about that. Needed the positive words. You got it. Absolutely. That's good, you know.
sometimes it's really hard because you get to the end of your rope, you know.
You too.
But you just have to find the next piece of rope.
So, Savannah says, lol, Raphael is the healing dude. Michael is projection, I believe. Well, it's interesting. There's all energies cross over to a lesser or greater degree. And
well, Raphael is definitely God's healer, but the card he's on is more of a card of knowledge, where Michael is the protector, but the card he's on is the alchemy of healing. So there's a bit of jostling going around.
There is. And I see that as a very much like, you know, there's been, you know, a physical repair made, you know. Gus, yes, I have true traps, but I wasn't sure I'd be well enough to go. I've been so stuck in my darn room. Yesterday was the best day so far out of bed. This is perfect. There you go. Well, it shall continue to improve.
Yeah.
You know, trouble is, surgery is painful. It really is, but it brings about the optimum conditions. What all medicine does is for us to ultimately heal ourselves. And, you know, so long as you continue to align with the energies of wellness, health and well-being, maybe do those, and here's a shameless plug. Lisa did some wonderful little daily mantra What do we call them?
Oh, Savannah knows. She's been sharing them on her
Oh,
private
right.
light.
Yeah. Do that daily. You know, do it more than once a day if you like, and this will really sort of align you with that energy. You know, you want to
It's a
leave no
mindset
doubt
thing.
in your mind.
Because even though the surgery is something you need and it's very helpful, having surgery is like being wounded,
Kinda.
right?
Kinda.
You know, you're having to be knocked out, and they're, manipulating pieces of your body and all kinds of things. It is like accepting a wound, but with a means to an end of being better, right? You know, they take out the tumor, or they piece back together something that's broken or whatnot. But any surgery is really like accepting a wound.
It is, but it's a beneficial wound. Hopefully,
Oh, yeah.
if it goes well, and I do feel that you're on the mend, and so long as you maintain that mindset, you know, that I am moving towards wholeness and well-being and health and all that sort of stuff.
I
You're
see
great.
a lot more stuff.
Gosh, yes. I think those mantras are when I started to feel better. So there you go. See, it really is. Never underestimate the power of the mind, because it's our higher mind that is the catalyst for manifestation.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we just
It
trick
is.
our mind into believing it, and then it happens. All right, one card for Anna, because she's here and she's a member. So
Yes, indeed.
let's see what Anna's going to get.
Dun dun dun.
Oh. Interesting, Anna. I feel like this is working to get somebody out of a funk. What is she saying there?
Mike says, "Wow, the statue is amazing. Sorry, I had you on the whole time, so I was listening. Great packing job. Also, a blue Alan Cauldron mug. Thank you so much."
No, what did Anna say?
Oh, Anna says, "I'm sending healing vibes your way, Savannah."
Oh, nice. All right. Well, that's funny, because the card I just pulled, it's like, Anna, it kind of feels like you're in a very, like, serene and place of peace and peace of mind, and now you're working to try to get other people to that place, right? So the Five of Cups can be a bit of a personal struggle, but I don't know, the vibe I'm getting off of this is that, you've come over that bridge and you're to that place of serenity, and wearing the black cloak for protection so you don't pick up any other people's stuff. But it looks like you're trying to, put some people back together or something.
Yeah, I think I'm going to concur completely with
The feeling of it,
the
right? Even
feeling
though
of
that's
it.
not how you would normally read
Normally
this
in
card.
this card, it would be like you really need to get your focus on the positive. But I think this is somebody else who's in a funk, and I really feel that you are best placed to be able to have them redirect their energies and try and by the power of your example. You know what I mean? By the power of your example, you can have them see how transformative it is to change the focus from, oh, this sucks, that sucks, this is broken, this is difficult, etc., into, I think you're a very inspirational person, or you need to be with this person. I sense they're quite close to you. That's right on. I'm trying to get my hubby where I am. Oh, bless.
Aww.
Okay. It's difficult, but just remember, love is the singularly most powerful force in the universe,
Love is the
Anna.
law, yeah.
And it is. Love is the law. Love conquers all. So meant to be.
But yeah, just had that vibe that you're like, hey, I've seen these cups. You got to turn around and see these cups.
These are okay. and they're not broken. Really, they're not broken. They're just spilled
awesome.
a bit. We can dust them down, and you don't want to drink that green shit anyway. It's no good for you.
The
Anyway,
green shit.
moving on.
Oh,
No. So there you go. Wasn't that good? So yeah. We love it when people become members of our channel, and we love it when people are, doing the bit to make us less of a well-kept secret,
Yes.
which is what the whole remit of the sweep team's all about. So
Yeah, every night we've been watching the short, that the tarot for tomorrow, and saying, oh, will they show it to people tonight?
will they?
And I think it really depends on how many people watch it and like it and share it. And some nights it's been, oh my gosh, 500 views, and then
a couple of nights
other
we
nights
broke
it's
1,000.
like 15 views.
Yeah, I think we're getting there. Thank you, tip jar on the way. Love it.
Oh, goodness.
It's an amazing thing. Just us. I mean, we're thinking about this because we if you've been following us a while, we've been on the tube of you for quite a while now.
A couple of years,
and it's taken us a long time. And we were doing like 11s every morning and all that sort of stuff. But we're trying to get a little more strategic about it because it is ridiculously easy for somebody who is extraordinarily well known to be able to click the fingers and make something happen. Because they influence people. And we, if you'll permit us a moment of blatant immodesty, we feel that we're a pretty good influence on people, that we try to bring the best out in people, not the worst.
In one of those, thank you.
Oh, thank you. That was
one of those,
unnecessary but very welcome. Thank you.
Right places at the right time, because a lot of the old gods are stirring and the seekers are waking, and the esoteric people who think for themselves want to find us, and we just have to figure out how to be found, really. That's what it's about, right?
It is because there's so much hatred and vitriol in this world now, and so many people pushing so many other people's buttons. We would just love to be able to redress the balance.
We want to set off aha
bit.
Moments.
Yeah.
But seriously, some of the questions that we get asked are just amazing, deep questions. And we're not saying that we have all the answers. However, we do have quite an awful lot of combined experience, I started reading tarot professionally in 1987.
Yeah, that's a while ago.
Professionally. Now, I'm talking about, reading 2-3 days a week, if not more, in order to get the shop. So I feel like I do have something to offer people, and I want to be able to share this energy and keep it alive, The service to the old gods is important. I want everybody to know who Caradwen is and how they can get to know who she is for themselves, that kind of thing.
The more hashtag you use, the more people will find you as well.
Hashtags? We have been trying to do that.
Yeah, there's a point though, I think, where and forgive me if I'm wrong on this, but I understand you can also be guilty of hashtag spamming. so there's, like anything else, the old temperance card there, yes, you've got to be able to.
Well, we do have we did find some really good hashtag things. And the shorts that we did with the walk-arounds the store, they seem to be very popular, that went out in the afternoons.
And curiously enough, really, really popular on the Book of Face.
Yeah. Because people who can't come in got to see,
We're learning, and we're fairly new to this, even though we've been doing this a number of years. We've really started
marketing.
We've been quite focused on this, I want to say, since sort of the beginning of February or the second week of February.
And we've gained 1,000 followers in a month. That's not bad going.
No, and in that time we've learned some stuff. Now, we've an awful lot more to learn, but we've learned that our audiences are very different on the different platforms.
Oh, right.
There's a big difference between the YouTube audience and a Facebook audience. And a massive difference between that and TikTok
is a whole nother ball of wax.
Gosh. Marmalena. See, now I pronounced that correctly this time. Been getting notifications like crazy for your videos. All the mantras came through last week, and I got the blue lace agate one during this live.
Oh, nice.
What? During this live? That was... That was up yesterday. I think
that's
there's
good.
a little bit of delay in
but the blue lace agate got very few views, so I'm glad they sent it out.
We've got a ton more to do. We want to do all of the crystal shorts.
Stones, yeah.
So that'll be fun. But that's perennial content, because the idea is to use these
but then
in our website as well.
But if somebody's Googling what does blue lace agate do, they can find that too.
Use around 10 to 15 and try to do different ones to see which ones are bringing you the peoples that you are looking for. Gosh.
10 to 15 hashtags.
I'm not in the same thing, Savannah.
Not in the title, but in the description?
I don't know. 10
to 15.
Strikes me as a lot, that. I don't know. Well,
well, we've experimented with picking the one that there's tons of things out there, and also picking one that there are very few. So if somebody is looking for that particular thing, there won't be that much competition. But again, it's like this bizarre game, you know? You got to try to get into the heads of the algorithm. And
the one thing we've learned is consistency, and also now that we're getting a lot more feedback from YouTube as well, which is really interesting. So Lisa's like got a business hat on and really digging into the analytics, and there's times of day on certain days that are, you know, our channel is more active. There are more people there.
right, I did these little mini classes, and they said, oh, the best time to put up shorts are 1 or 2 o'clock. But when we look at our audience engages more like 6 or 7 p.m. So you just don't know what to do. But anyway, she's saying more about hashtags?
Yeah, try it. It helps. Well,
Okay. I wrote it down.
Okay.
I wrote, and I'm circling it.
All right. All right then. I know they only show the first 3 at the top of the video, which is, you know, part of where the search tool comes into it.
But I have seen pages with a whole like paragraph of hashtags.
Twitter particularly and TikTok particularly. I don't think there's any downside there. I'm not sure that, you know, that's the case on YouTube. But we'll live and learn.
All we need is for a few to just go viral. That's what we need.
Yep, exactly. But I mean, consistency, and that's what we're trying to be consistent and get something up at least every day. You know, now and
well, we definitely have the tarot for tomorrow.
The tarot for
every
tomorrow.
day.
We actually just moved the time of that because it appears, well, we're going to try over the next week because we moved them forward now to 6 o'clock from 8 o'clock.
Or 7, was it? I don't know. 6 o'clock.
6
yes.
o'clock. I think we went with 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
And we'll see how that goes. And if that's better, then that's the way to go. If it's worse, then maybe we'll split the difference. We'll see what it's like at 7.
Right, it's
you know?
just too funny.
It's interesting.
All right.
I don't understand hashtags. I guess I'll have to ask my kids. If you put a pound sign in front of something, which is the hashtag, and you run it together, there's no spaces. It's like all one word. So, you know, Leos are awesome, for example, would be a hashtag. So hashtag Leos are awesome or whatever.
Marlena said esoterics sleep late. That's absolutely
Savannah's
true.
saying TikTok and Instagram. I don't know about YouTube. Yeah, I think certainly I have very little experience with Instagram. That's probably the weakest one of ours.
We
that and Twitter.
When you look at what we've been doing, right? So we opened a TikTok account and we did very little with it.
Nothing.
And we had 39 followers, 38 or 39 followers in the beginning of February when we really started to do this. And we broke 1,000 yesterday. We've only gained 4 subscribers with that same push on Instagram.
Right.
4 versus nearly 1,000.
Instagram's a different thing. Instagram, as I understand it, is very much a picture sharing thing. Also, from what I know as well, it really starts to get frustrating. TikTok, YouTube Shorts, they're vertical video format, yeah, and they're like your regular
iPhone things that you, because everybody's using their phone for it.
1920 by 1080, but instead it's 1080 by 1920 is what they're sort of expecting there. Instagram wants square video format, which is kind of weird and strange, and they will actually crop one of your videos, and certain ones we put up on Instagram as reels, we've let them crop them and they look all right, but other ones, you know, you're losing too much out of the shot, you know.
It's all just
it's a game. It's a game. It's a game.
Trying to play the game along with doing everything else we're trying to do.
Absolutely.
But you know, it's all good. We're not complaining. We're just trying to figure it all out. But yeah, all we need is for 1 or 2 things to go viral. And I think then they would really start to show it to the people who are looking for us. Because I know that there are a lot of seekers that are looking for the old school knowledge, that they don't just want, oh, well, you know, here, light this pink candle and say these words and, you know, you're a witch and everything is going to be magic. They want to know, why did you tell me pink candle, and why did you tell me these words, and what does it mean to be a witch? And I know there are thousands and thousands of people out there who think for themselves and they want to find this knowledge and have these experiences. So again, How do you go viral? I don't know. I don't want
It'll happen.
You know,
It'll happen eventually.
not trying to cheapen what we're doing. It's really funny, you know.
We need to be better known to have more leverage. We need a longer stick. You know what I mean? And if we've got a longer stick, we can move something. Yeah, and that's what we're trying to do. And we feel our cause is just and appropriate and valid and relevant in a modern society, and moreover needed for. You know, there needs to be this
A way to
awakening and redressing of the balance where we're so far off kilter, you know, right now. And so that's our raison d'etre. That's why we're doing it. We're not doing it because we want to become, you know, like crazy rich Asians or whatever they call it, you know, with, you know, several Bugatti Chirons in the garage.
The TikTokers that
yeah,
are...
well, you know, that's like that's not what drives us. That's yeah, I love shiny kit. Don't get me wrong. I'm a Leo. That's my excuse. I'm okay. I'm over 3 feet tall, but I honestly don't know the difference between a want and a need. But it's what we're doing is not about lining our pockets here. We're not trying to become like the wealthiest people on earth. What we're trying to do is invest in the earth and invest in other people. So
She's
it's
saying,
altruistic.
See, don't put pink candle, just put candle magic. Yes, yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, slightly more loosey-goosey, but, you know, also encompassing. Thank you for the tutorial on hashtag Savannah. I appreciate it greatly.
And I also want to know what people want, you know.
Do people know what people want?
Do people know what people want?
That's a very, very
I'm kind
deep
of
question.
toying with the Ask a Witch Mother thing too, you know, like, do I want to put...
That would be something for our channel members. I think that should be the Ask a Witch Mother. That could be one live that you can actually do for our channel members. And I think that would be, you know, another reason to become a channel member. So that's really, really cool. Yesterday, Craft of the Wise, we're doing about magical timing, because what Lisa was just talking about, we want to not just give you a map and say that's the way out of the forest. We want you to be able to, in any forest, be able to figure out how to get
Which
the way
way
out.
is east?
Yeah. And so the essence is, yesterday, I love this one because we talk about, it's a catastrophe. Have you ever thought about what that word means, catastrophe? It means the stars are badly set, you know, that it's not a very good time astrologically. And there are nasty energies or difficult or you know, painful energies. However, you simply adapt, improvise, and overcome. You change your magic, yeah? So instead of trying to draw something to you, maybe you try to banish the thing that you want to, you know, but we achieve the same result. But it's just you have to adapt your magic for the energies that are available. And that's what magical timing we went into yesterday. And
But
there was a lot of pa-ting, aha moments.
Yeah, but no,
there.
that's the essence of what we want to be able to help people do. If they said, okay, you know, I want to increase my wealth, but the moon is waning, what do I do? Well, banish the debt. You know, you can always turn things around.
I love this. Mike says we need to get one famous person in New York just to come to the shop and spread the word to all their followers. We've seen a number of rather famous people, but, you know, our client confidentiality policy is such that we will never discuss them.
Yes!
So, but
You'd be amazed who
you'd
comes
be amazed
for Reeves.
who comes into our store. But again, you know, it's for everybody. We're a place of safety.
But what he's trying to say is...
Get them to shamelessly plug the
Right,
store.
if somebody came in who had a huge following and who was willing to say they are, you know, patrons, that's just said, hey, my 5 million viewers that are out there, I went here and it was wonderful. Even if only 2.5 million of those followers are interested, then, you know, you start to get some momentum, don't you?
That's very true. But we'd like to become one of those people that is the famous person, if you will, because that way we're talking directly to our followers, if you will.
Well, we'll get there.
Well, that's where we're working on.
Hey, we've only been at this 30-something years.
just starting out, really, frankly, isn't it? I mean, what's the guy who does I forget his real name, but the Larry the Cable guy, I forget his real name. But he said to somebody who interviewed him the one time, he said, yeah, I've been doing this shtick for 25 years.
You know, finally got found.
Finally somebody
Well,
noticed,
I kind of feel like that's what's going to happen to us. You know, the store is 30 years old in May, and eventually it's got to catch on, right?
My son's girlfriend is an internet influencer and rather well known. More than 10 million on her video. I'll bring her next time they visit. Thank you so much, Savannah.
Oh, thank you, Savannah. If she's an influencer, maybe she would like to do some box opening of like the magical year stuff.
Yeah, collaboration. Let's
Or
talk.
something that we could,
Assuming she likes us.
I don't know, she may or may not be into what we do, but I'm thinking if she's Savannah's daughter-in-law, well, no, sorry, girlfriend, son's daughter, blah, blah. Savannah's son's
relation.
girlfriend, then she might be open-minded.
Well, might be a future daughter-in-law,
Right.
and if she meets the approval,
There you go.
I don't know, who knows?
But yeah, that's what we have to find, people who are influencers, and that's kind of what Mike's saying too. Find one person who knows a bunch of people, because it's the Fabergé thing, really. It just grows that way,
Well, that's the whole idea of the sweep team, isn't it?
Yeah.
We want you guys to be influencers and reach out and you're doing a good job for us, and we're really, really happy. And
Yeah.
but
Oh my
like
gosh, we've
it's
come
like,
so far.
how long must we wait? Well, until waiting is done. And doesn't sit well with a Leo ever, does it? It's just like
Well, I think that part of why we feel upset sometimes is because we were doing so fantastic, and then the pandemic just kind of derailed a lot of things.
Okay, listen,
But
a
we're
lot of
making our
people
way back.
did not survive the pandemic.
Absolutely.
Quite literally.
Absolutely.
A lot of businesses did not survive
I
the
am
pandemic.
not complaining. I'm just saying that sometimes if we seem a little bit frustrated, I think it's because we did lose some momentum.
We've got it going on. It's like we've got the ball rolling, and then bump, the playing field changes. And I mean, this
we
was the
adapted.
same thing. The
We've
thing,
adapted.
if you guys search around a bit, there's is it CBS 2? They actually came to us, and this was something they arranged to do.
Oh, right, okay.
And this
So
was, go on.
we were featured on a local television out of Westchester, and from that, CBS News
In
came
New York City.
and did an expose.
And, they were
And
with
it
us
was
all day.
supposed to come out. It was fantastic, and it was supposed to come out Halloween night. Mm-hmm. So that night that it was supposed to air, there was a terrorist attack.
Yeah, somebody drove a car through a barrier and knocked some people down, and
So it did not
was that?
air.
got kicked to the sideline.
And then they cut it down to like a 2-minute thing, and it aired months later, but it was bizarre because the relevance wasn't the same, So that was really close to our moment of fame. If we had gotten on national television, that would have been
Probably
amazing.
doing the talk show circuit by now.
Maybe I'd know
talking-
Oprah. No.
Well,
Anyway, Savannah's
But,
saying something else. I can't read. I'm so sorry.
They live in LA, but Stefan already feels like my daughter. Oh, well, that's good. She got me cards, The Witch's Bible and Herbs for Christmas, so I think she's open.
Oh, awesome.
The Witch's Bible complete, eh?
The Witch's Bible is an awesome book.
Janet
Awesome
and
book.
Stuart Farrer, yeah. Next time we meet Janet, I've got to send her a photograph of that. There's actually in Warrensburg in New York. There's a Stuart Farrer
we had
road.
gone up to campground in
What on earth
Warrensburg.
is that doing there?
Stuart Farrar Drive.
Yeah,
What's
or
that?
road or street
Road
or something
yeah.
like that. And it's just like, it's really,
Stuart Farrar. Yeah.
why, yeah. What's that doing there? I wonder.
But you see, a lot of the elders are leaving the planet. We got to get the information.
We're getting up there
together.
ourselves, love. We
I know.
we
I
ain't
don't know
20
how
anymore.
it happened. I don't know how I got to be this age.
We ain't 20 anymore.
No.
But, we're not clapped out yet.
No. But I just, I guess I'm in that crown chakra space where you want to leave a legacy. You don't want all the work that you've done to go with you. You want to be able to preserve it and have it be.
Well, we wrote
shared.
a book. We've
did.
established a tradition.
We did.
We're doing our best to impart what, our crazy tour guide experience on those who come and walk with us for a while.
Well, that would be cool, Savannah, if she would review our book.
And maybe she'd like to do the Craft of the Wise course. I don't know how busy she is. We could probably sort something out.
Well, that doesn't start again till October now,
But that's not far
but anyway.
away.
But if she reviewed if she's a mover and a shaker and she reviews our book, that could help a lot.
Just let's meet her. Let's meet her.
Anyway.
We'll see what she's like. We'll love that. Maybe she's watching now. I don't know. If you are, hello, Savannah's son's girlfriend, whoever you are. So welcome. But yeah.
I know Danny was talking about that. She said we need an influencer because she had seen that a couple of the other places that have subscriptions had people open their boxes on YouTube for them. And
Well, you know, that's a shameless plug. I mean, everybody does it. They just like, you know, leave a review on Amazon or leave a review wherever. Put this video up and we'll give you so much in rewards. And we could do the same. We could offer karma rewards for that sort of stuff. It's all good. But yeah, gosh, so many things.
There's just so
my
much
brain.
going on.
There is. I'm just like, what am I doing?
Like when we woke up this morning, we said, okay, what do we got to do today? We have to do our admin and our banking, and we have to do our live, and then we've got to finish the final touches on the barn video, and then it's just like this whole list. It's crazy.
I know, yeah.
But it's exciting because you have a bunch of different things to look forward to,
Mm-hmm.
And there's so many great things coming into the shop, and there's so many tarot decks and things to explore, and it's a very exciting time. And I really, really have this feeling, this undertone of energy that we are going to kind of re-experience a lot of the things that went on in the 70s, but with the experience and wisdom that comes with the second round of things in a lifetime,
The do-over. Yeah.
And I do think a lot of people are going to come to the craft like they did in the 70s. Gardnerian Wicca came through Buckland into the States in the 70s, and I really think that people are going to find that they need that kind of spirituality where they're not being lied to, and where they're being given the tools to be a think for themselves, a talk to deity for themselves, and just empower themselves,
It's yeah, got that box. Okay, I don't know what that means. Box to you and all. Marvelous.
I don't know. My glasses are great because I can't read anymore without glasses.
You just make
but
stuff
then
up
when I'm
as you go
trying to
along.
look over there without the glasses, it's no better to have them
This
on
must
or off.
mean
That's
something. It must mean something. It's a cryptic message.
I am old. Oh, dear God.
Oh no, I love it. But no, we are.
No, I feel very excited because
there is a quickening.
every time something
is.
happens, politically or ecologically or whatever, economically, I'm saying, see, we're reliving the 70s. I know it's going to happen spiritually. I know there's going to be an emergence of, not an emergency, but an emerging of the esoteric and the occult. And,
I honestly believe that there's always like this push me, pull you backwards and forwards whenever there's like a paradigm shift. And they always say it's always darkest just before dawn. It's not. It's always coldest just before dawn, or most bleak. And just before the sun comes up is where you're feeling that miserable. But when the sun starts to show its rays and the horizon pales, night is ending. It's okay. But yeah, I get the drift of it's always darkest before dawn. It always seems most hopeless, perhaps, just before the sun starts to break the sky again.
I'm terribly hopeful, not hopeless.
But here's the thing. This throws this. You look at the world and the hatred and vitriol that's been spewed all over the place. The rank dishonesty, and yes, this will correct itself. It's a wobble. It will correct itself, and hopefully, if enough people align with the good in the world, if enough people align with their better angels, they listen to they're driven by Hoyle, that sense of goodness and rightness and properness, and and I love that. Yesterday we were just picking up a couple of groceries at our local store just up the street, and some guy came out of the store and he got this lovely shirt on it. It says, "Make lying wrong again." That's about right, because there's just no consequences. People tell the most terrible whoppers, and I guess we've been exposed to lies all our life, but I think one of the things that we try to do is get people to see for themselves. Figure it out for yourself.
To figure out if it is, does that sound right to you?
There's an acid test I found. If you're unsure as whether something is is kosher, is real, is truthful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you just ask yourself the question: is this coming from a place of love?
Well, yeah, it was like I was saying last week.
That's the dead giveaway.
I said last week I got that call from a young guy in the city who said, I've been to your store and I had such a peaceful experience there, and I need your help. I'm calling because I went into a botanica and was told that I'd been cursed, and that it was going to cost me so much money, whatever. So again, I get that person has to pay their rent, and that's their shtick. But
ethically ain't sound.
But we need to have a little more, responsibility, and a way to have somebody like that young man be able to say, well, thank you very much for that information, but I don't feel that that's what's right for me right now, rather than feel so pressured and unable to really make that decision for himself. You know what I mean? Like if he was armed
empowered.
Armed or empowered with the right information, he would know to be more mindful of the person who's telling him you've been cursed, and say, thank you for that information. I'm not discrediting that person, but I'm saying ethically it would be nicer if he had offered help.
There are a bunch of people who prey on other people, especially people in crisis, especially people in a desperate situation, and be it a loan shark, be it somebody who's looking to say, oh yeah, well, give me a bunch of money and I'll take care of that. There's this. I almost want to call them like bottom feeders, if you will.
They're in every walk of life.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
There's going to be a balance. That's the thing. So for people who have the highest intention, there are people with the lowest intention.
Yep, an old histogram. Yep.
Right, no matter what. So
absolutely.
Anna, I'm glad you made your choice.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Ideal.
And really, we would love it if this is just a rain event.
We would.
And
kind of.
When I read the weather forecast yesterday, I said, gosh, I have to move the astrology class because I don't want half the people to miss it because they don't want to drive in the snow. And what if our internet goes out and blah, blah, blah. So I just moved it a week. Yeah. But I would love for it to be a rain event. So hopefully I've made Murphy's Law work for us. And by moving it, I've forced it to be a rain event.
I think there'll be some snow. I'm just hoping it's nowhere near as bad as they were barking. So.
Yeah, right.
But, it could, these things do change. I mean, it's certainly, in my personal experience, I've heard people barking nor'easter, and it was, but it just didn't happen over us,
Right. Okay, so card for the week is what we've been doing.
Let's do that then.
All right, everybody. What is it? What's our week going to be like, us spiritual people? I want to say this is hysterical because this is my card of the day. My personal card of the day, 5 of Wands. Everybody has an opinion, and they're trying to enforce it. So maybe this is going to be a very interesting week.
Sometimes the right thing to say in a conflicting situation is nothing.
Well, we know 5s are struggle, and I always like to look at everybody's dressed in their own kind of costume here. You got one guy in red, one guy in polka dots, one guy in checks, or character. We don't know, men or women, whatever. But they're all growing in different directions. So I guess it's a message about allowing people to grow in the direction they need to grow in, whether it's the direction you'd grow in or not. So that's an interesting card for the week, and it is my card for the day.
Avoid conflict. Yeah, keep your own counsel. I think this is everybody's got an idea. Everybody's going. Here we are. The irony of this. We're here trying to tell you advice, and I don't know. There's only 2 of us, not 5. so we'll be all right. But guys, thank you.
Well, we learn every day. That's the thing,
We do.
It's a
and for the
wonderful
most
life.
part, it would be completely untrue to say we never have a crossword. But for the most part, we do fight the problem, not each other.
Oh yeah, well that's I think also the kind of thing. Fight the problem, not the other person.
That's very true.
Well, with that note, lovely people,
Well, you know,
good luck this week.
par arda ad astra, as they say, which is through adversity to the stars. And so, yeah, what a fascinating chat we had. Thank you so much for joining us. Are we on later? I don't recall.
No, not today, because it would have been astrology class.
Right. So
But
it's
that's
not
why I moved
scheduled for
astrology
today.
to Tuesday, because next Monday we have our live readings.
Okay.
At night.
All right then. Assume if the snow ain't too deep and all that fun stuff. But we've got lots to get on with today. So keep your eye on the channel. There should be the new barn episode coming up later.
And if we do get a ton
polished.
of snow, there'll be Snow Day special.
There is that. So you can root for the snow if you want, but root for my back. I don't want to shovel it. So, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Honestly, it's been a joy.
Have a wonderful week.
Yes,
we'll
yes.
see you soon.
All right, we'll see you soon. Blessed be.
Blessed be.